Hello, everyone. It's Tyler here. Got my old sun damaged dusty hat on, and it's Sunday evening, and I've been trying to do a live Q&A every Sunday evening for you guys. So appreciate you watching. For all the people that are watching the playback, thank you for watching this. It's always nice to have the support. Everyone's coming on, so we'll give everyone a minute to kind of come on, and then we'll start busting some questions out, and I'll try to do my best to give you the best answers that I can. Not always the best, but we're trying hard. So, a couple things I want to talk about, because recently I did a video on the goods of motocross, and I haven't put out the video on the bads of motocross. What's up, Braden? And I kind of want to brief on that in this video a little bit, kind of give you guys the first preview of what I'm going to put out here pretty quick. So we'll give everyone a couple minutes to hop on here. If you like this video, it will happen quicker. So I know it's always annoying for people to ask about likes and all that, but if you're on here, make sure you hit the like button. That gets the algorithm. YouTube runs our lives, but hey, it's pretty cool that we're able to connect through here. So if you guys are on here, hit the like button. It's going to get it out to the most amount of people. The first couple minutes of likes determines how many people they send this video out to. Anywho. So, anyways, I'm just going to hop right into it. I'm going to hop right into a couple things. There's a couple things that I want to announce. Tonight we're doing our first bike breakdown video for our giveaway bike. So we're filming that tonight. Jason's actually on his way here right now. Just put my baby down, and we had a long day at work today. We did 30 learn to rides this weekend and a couple privates, 30 people total. So we've been at it. It's been hot here in Texas, man. I'm like sun baked. Look at this farmer's tan. Look at that. Oh, see that muscle? That's not a lot of muscle. A lot more farmer's tan than muscle. Have fun riding, Maya. So, yeah. Like button for me, please. And announcements. That's where I was at. So we're doing a bike breakdown video. If you're not a part of our Patreon account, you may want to become part of that, because that enters you in a chance to win a free bike that we're drawing in December. So it basically goes in $1, $5, and $20, $10 and $20 tiers. You have to be in the 5, 10, or 20 to be entered in the drawing. Obviously, the more that you donate every month, $5, $10, or $20 per month, that gives you that many tickets in the drawing. So, for instance, if you got in this month, we're in September, right? I think. So you'd have 20 votes this month, 20 votes in October, 20 votes in November, 20 votes in December. So you'd have, 80 total, right? So anyways, that's how that works. Patreon.com/MXFactory for that. That's that announcement. We're working on our t-shirts still. Actually, we showed a couple of the new designs on our Patreon account, so check those out over there. Give us your opinion on what you'd like to see with that. And sorry, I got someone pulling in the gate here. I don't know who it is. We may have to get the old Texas, give them the old Texas what for, you know what I mean? No, that's Roger. Thanks for the likes, guys. That's helping. There's 57 people on here. If you're on here and you haven't liked this, hit the like button for me. We are working on hats. You can see my hat's old and tattered, so we definitely got to get some soon. Appreciate that. Hopefully we can get to 100 on that thumbs up button. Yeah, so that's announcement there. What else we got going on around here? Oh, we got some cool camps coming up. And even for you guys that can travel in, we got bikes to rent. We have our first sleepover, camp outside camp in October. Is that in October? No, sorry. That's November. That's spring break. Thanksgiving break in November. The dates are 20, I'll have to look it up. It's on our website. Anyhow, if you guys want to come to one of our camps, that'd be a sweet one to come to. We're going to do like little bonfire talks, kind of talking moto and all that good stuff. Then we're going to have a Ryan Hughes camp. We're trying to get him dialed in for the right date, probably be in December. You guys hold off on your questions because I'm not really paying attention to the screen yet. Like, give me like 5 seconds on the questions, and we'll start answering them. Just want to give everyone an opportunity to get on here. Call it 30 seconds. When we're 6 minutes out, I'm starting answering questions. So just hang tight on them or re-answer them when I announce to go. But I want to just get a couple of these things out. Camps in November, camps in December. If anyone wants to fly in for those camps, just send us an email. We can accommodate you. Yeah, I think that's about it. We're working on opening another location with a bigger track to do some more full-time training. Yeah, anyways, that's it for announcements. Let's get into some questions. So now is the time you guys should ask all your questions, and I'll do my best to answer them as well as I can. Appreciate actually any question. Thanks for your connection with your fans. Kirby Bears, appreciate that. Was James Stewart banned for PEDS fair? Mo, no, because it was just Adderall. Like, 60-70% of the people in the world take Adderall, and he had a prescription for it and everything else. I just think he didn't report it to WADA, and so they got him for it. But there's a lot of people that take Adderall and ride, which I don't necessarily agree with. They take Adderall and ride, but they've reported it to WADA, so they don't get any, they don't get in trouble for it. Tips for new riders: have fun and find a good coach. What makes a better pro rider? Raw speed like Bubba Stewart, or safe and consistent like Ryan Dungey? Sean Pfeiffer, I think that's how you say your name. Sean, I'm going to go, so I think people will remember James longer than they will remember Ryan because he had more moments. Just more, just downright impressive moments. I do think that Ryan's numbers in the record books are a little better, and Ryan's a friend of mine, so I have nothing bad to say about Ryan. However, I do think that James had more moments, just more memorable moments, and I think that really, really, here goes Roger. I think that really is going to determine, how he's remembered. Okay, we got Austin. I have a KTM 65. I'm 12. So do you think I should get an 85? It's not necessarily about how old you are. It's about how big you are, how well it fits you, and how well you ride it. What gear do you usually use for two-stroke wheelies? First gear for slow wheelies, second, third, fourth for the fast wheelies. Where are you guys located? We're in Austin, Texas. What exactly is a power band? It's when the bike gets to a point. There's actually power valves on most new bikes, which creates more of a ramp up in the power. As you guys know, I'm not a mechanic, so I don't know exactly how all the engines and all the characteristics of the bike work, but what you're looking at is you ride a real low end power and the power valve opens, does something crazy. Probably some of you on here are watching probably know better than I do, and then all of a sudden you're in the meat of the power on a two-stroke. And so the power band, it's not an actual thing, it's more of a phrase. A power valve is a thing that makes all that happen. But anyway, it's just basically the power band's going from low end of the power to actually in the meat of the power, which means the bike kind of taking off. All right, let me scroll up here. What are the best gloves to buy? I need new ones. Man, about every new gear company is making great gloves. Have you been to Three Palms? I have been to Three Palms. What happened to your pro career? Man, that's a long story, but I have told that story a couple times on here. I raced most of my pro riding at a local race series in Florida called Dade City Sponsors Cup. And I spent about 6 years racing 21 to 32 weekends a year there. So it kind of took up all my racing time, and then that was kind of the meat of my riding. I did good in that series. I got second a few times. I won it one time, and then got fourth the other time, I think. So was always up there, and there were really good riders that raced that series, and you could make a good living as a privateer pro. So that's where I stayed. Would you trip to New Zealand to do a training/riding camp? I would love to come to New Zealand. I just need to know what tracks I should contact. If someone in New Zealand can get me some contacts and rally a group for me, I will fly there. It's like my dream to come to New Zealand and do some coaching because I hear how beautiful it is there. What's your favorite size dirt bike? 252 stroke I like a lot. What made you start winter riding? My dad rode. And he kind of got me into it, so that was cool. Who was the best between Ricky Carmichael versus James Stewart? Mo P. You got a lot of good questions here. It really depends on who you ask. I think Ricky Carmichael probably won more races outdoors. James Stewart maybe won more indoors. I don't know that that's a stat. James Stewart is more flashy. Ricky Carmichael is more get it done, get the job done kind of guy. So yeah, that's that. My bike has been idling high out of nowhere, 18YZ125. Maybe just turn your idle screw down. I don't know. Like I said, mechanicking isn't my strong point. What gear should I ride wheelies in on a 252 stroke? I have a 12-ounce flywheel, so I'm having trouble. I've had a flywheel in one of my 252 strokes. You can still ride them in first gear. It's just really about control. Yeah. Can you come to the island, Australia? Yeah, maybe I make it over there when I go to New Zealand. What do you guys think? Did you ever race motocross, or did you only teach it because you are a great rider? Thank you. I raced, and I still get a wild hair to do some racing and things like that. But I will say that I knew that, all the cards have to fall into place to be a top, professional racer. So I did put a lot of emphasis on becoming a good coach during those years, and not as much on, I see a lot of guys nowadays just chasing it year after year, getting 25th to 30th year after year after year after year, just spending someone's money because they're definitely not making it. And I just never had interest in that. I never had, my best finish ever was 11th, but that wasn't a consistent thing. And so, yeah, I knew that there was life after pro racing. Let's see. Do you like two-stroke or four-stroke more? I think I have more fun on a two-stroke. I think four-stroke I could probably ride a little faster. Goonie Tunes, info on camps. It's all on our website if you go to themxfactory.com. What's the best type of earphones to put in your helmet? I don't put earphones in my helmet. However, I do coach the people on a headset, and that headset is right up there, just so happens to be, and that's a Cardo headset. And they put earphones in their helmet, and I can talk to them while they're riding. Okay, Tyler, 38C Racer. I race hare scrambles, and what should I practice? And also, what do you think is the best trail setup? Whew, that's a very broad answer. I don't have a great answer for the best trail setup, but you should practice all your basic techniques because it all applies to riding in general. I mean, hare scrambles, motocross, supercross, hill climbs, anything you do, if you have great technique, it's going to be a lot easier for you. Hey guys, if you're on here, do you mind hitting that like button? There's 75 people on here and 52 likes, so I know some of you haven't done it yet. That's going to help this thing grow a little. How should I contact you? Got some awesome tracks in New Zealand. I can help arrange things. Kobe Simmons. You can just go to our website, themxfactory.com, and shoot me an email. Our email is on our website, mxfactory254@gmail.com. We would love to come to New Zealand, bring our mountain bikes, or maybe just rent some, because I don't want them to get stuck in, in transit. Can you free ride a 250F? I think you can. I'm riding a 150 RB, and I'm almost outgrowing it pretty soon. What should I get next? YZ125. What are your thoughts on 125 versus 250? Well, I have a 150. I just bought a KTM 150. You guys want to see it? I'll show you it real quick. Let me walk over there. Bought it from a fella here. It's only got 2.6 hours on it. Okay. Show you the bike collection here. So this is the bike that you see in a lot of the videos. Okay, that's KTM 252 stroke. And then I just bought this 150 SX. It's got 2.6 hours on it. So I'm digging it. I haven't got to ride it yet, actually. I've ridden a 250 or a 150 SX. And here's a couple more bikes. But I haven't ridden that one specifically yet. I haven't gotten it set up for me and my weight and all that. So I'm going to wait to do that pretty soon. I'm going to go back to the table here. Flip this back around. There you go. You got to see some of our bikes. Not all of those are all our bikes, by the way. Some of those are our customers' bikes that they store here. All right, back at it. Sorry if I don't get your questions, guys. There's a lot coming through, and I'm just going to try to get as much as I can. Stephen LaRue, what's a good way to contact you guys? Just shoot us an email. Our email's on our website, themxfactory.com. Where do you, this is, Mo-P's got good questions. Where do you see the future of MX in America going since Supercross has taken precedence of many American riders? So, it's funny that you asked that. We work with Feld, which owns Supercross Series. They're the promoters of the Supercross Series, right? So we kind of get the inside on what's going on. And the bottom line is Feld does a really great job of promoting that series and also the riders. Okay, so the riders can make a little more money there than they do go racing outdoors. And if you think about it from a rider's aspect, really the truth is it's less taxing on the body to race Supercross than it is to race motocross. So you got to think, make more money, not beat my body up as much. Supercross, it's more of a show, it's more of a fan favorite because you can see the whole track. It's great spectators, it's a party, it's a fun thing to go to. So as far as, I think, if you want my honest opinion on the sport, I think if we don't start feeding the sport from the bottom, meaning more programs like we run where we're getting people on bikes, safely and teaching them the correct fundamentals right off the bat. Like I said, we did almost 30 learn to rides this weekend. That means 30 brand new people, not people that already ride, not people that are watching this video. They have no idea about this video or that we even do this because they just found motorcycles, right? So if there's not more people getting new people on bikes with the correct technique, that's the big thing, with correct technique. There are learn to rides, but I don't believe a whole lot of people put as much emphasis on the technique side as we do. So ultimately, we're building safe riders. So I think more than anything, we should worry less about Supercross and motocross and how we can get people on bikes safely, which is what we're trying to do. Okay, let me scroll up a little bit. I know there's some, what's my favorite brand? I don't have a favorite. I'm not biased to any brand. I think all bikes are good if you set them up right. Can you recommend any school similar to yours on the Northeast coast, like in New Jersey? So I think AJ Catanzaro has a pretty decent school out there. You may want to look up his website, AJ Catanzaro. I don't know how to spell that, but anyways. Okay. What was the best bike that you rode? Team Waters. My favorite bike that I ever had was 2011 KX450. Not because that was the best bike, but I just had it set up really well. Tyler, if you have any experience with Electron car on the 252 stroke, can you give your take on it? Luke, I don't have, but I do have a friend that's running one right now, and he says it's a game changer. He says they're great. So, and he's a pretty smart guy. He helped me coach the camp up in Colorado that we just did. He's a pretty jam-up guy. He's a good mechanic and good rider. If you guys are watching this, you mind hitting that like button if you haven't already? I know there's some new people on here. Connor, I'm 14, growing out of my Honda 150. What should I get next? 125. You pick the brand. Let's see. I'm 16, 5'3", on 85. I need a 125 since I'm so short. How should I set it up? Well, I'm short too, and I've always been a shorter guy, so I've shaved the seats. I've lowered it with a lowering link in the back where the linkage goes. You can lower them in the shock. You can do quite a bit. Are aftermarket exhaust worth it, and what brand is best? Jaden, put your money into coaching. That's all I'm going to say. I tell that to everyone. If you have a bike that runs good and you really want to ride well, put your money into some good coaching. If you don't have that near you, drive to it. Find someone that can teach you the right thing to do. I think people have put way too much money into their bikes and not enough money in their technique. Let's see. Didn't AJ diss Buttery? Hey, Yammy. I don't know. What did he say about Buttery? I'm real curious. I'm looking to buy a new bike. Also, private check. Should I rent out my track for a day for money or not? If you've got good insurance. You posted first master the fundamentals on your Facebook page. What are your fundamentals? Cody posted that, but it's very important. We start from just groundwork, like footwork, knee work, hip work, where your head's at. But I think the biggest thing that you can do is be in balance with your bike with the throttle and braking. And then just it builds from there. That's a really broad answer. And if you want to get on like a Skype call or something to kind of get a list of things, I can definitely work that out. You have to send us an email. Okay. I can't get it into third, but I'm a new rider, so it's hard for me. Just keep on trying. It's there. Third gear's there. Good pre-race stretches. This is Sean. We're going to make a video for that and put it on our YouTube. See you, Hillbilly. Is it worth fixing our TTR 250 and modifying it for the track? I didn't even know they made a TTR 250. I thought they were 230s. But I will say the suspension isn't great for jumping on those. So if the other option is to buy a more race-oriented bike, then that's the way I would go. What is your very first dirt bike? How long do you have it? How old were you? What year was it? My very first dirt bike was a 1983 Honda 50. And my dad wrecked me on it, okay? Like one of the first times. I was only 3 years old. He wrecked me on it, and I never wanted to ride it again. I was frightened to death about dirt bikes, okay? And so I didn't ride for like 2 years. And my next bike was a DS80. I don't remember the year, but I had that for like a year. Then I got an XR80, and that was put me into about being like 8 or 9 years old, and then I started racing from there. Okay. Grant Sater, I'm 5'6". I'm comfortable using the CRF 150R. Is it worth upgrading to the CR 250? It depends on what you're doing. If you're just trail riding and having fun and you're comfortable, keep the other bike. If you're looking to race and your age group is on big bikes, then a 250 is likely the way you're going to want to go. Sorry, I'm putting this so close to my face. It's hard to read that far out. What are the most important skills to learn? Oh, man. That's a broad answer, right? It's like such a broad answer. Similar question that happened up there. Being in balance with the bike front to back, I think. So good standing position, good sitting position, and being in balance with the bike front to back. And you can watch a bunch of our videos where we talk about what that means. Thanks for keeping it real. I always try to keep it real for you. What is the age? What is your opinion of the age a youngster start letting them ride his or her dirt bike? I think that people, you could teach a young kid. We have a couple 3.5, 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds that ride here a couple days a week. But here's the problem, is you can't be a crazy parent that's pushing them super hard when they're that young. They don't know what's going on. They're young, right? You get them a good coach. Let the coach take care of the technique, and then you just have fun with them. And then you'll know that one day that they'll want to do it. And at that point, you can, and by that time, you'll have the experience to know, and at that point, you'll know that they want to do it, and then you give them everything they need to do so. That's my opinion. But really, There's some kids that can ride at 4 and do great. Some kids, it takes a little longer. It takes them to 6, 7, 8 years old before they're mentally developed enough to really be able to get it and not be afraid. The last thing you want to do is scare them when they're young, though. I can tell you that. Okay, my son is getting too tall for a CTR 125, but probably not ready for a 125 two-smoker. Any recommendations? Well, here's the thing. If his height fits the 125 two-stroke, he just needs to have discipline in using the throttle. I always say, it doesn't matter what bike you have and how many cc's it has, it only goes as fast as you make it go. So it's discipline and understanding your limits. So it's really about size and then having good discipline with understanding your limits as far as how much gas you give it or how fast you get the bike going. Guys, let's see if we can get this thing over 100 likes. If you're watching this and you haven't liked, hit that like button for me. Goal Cam 85 big wheel. Yeah. What is a good racing bike if you're 4'10"? How old are you? That's the question. I think that's really... if you're going to race and you're an adult, you're racing age groups, and there's no CC limit. You can race anything. Oh, you're 10. You're 4'10". You should be riding probably an 85. Yeah, some sort of 85. How much of Stewart's greatness was because of Big James coaching? Because Malcolm is pretty darn good too. Well, here's what you got to understand about Big James coaching. Is Big James wasn't good. Big James didn't have the experience on the level of that James and Malcolm are on. Not even close. But what you also got to think about, when they were coming up, coaching wasn't a thing. Okay, so it isn't like it is now where there's, dime a dozen coaches. You can find someone that'll tell you something about riding. Whether it's right or wrong, they'll tell you something. Back then, that wasn't even a thing. It was like, figure it out. And so talent was a huge, huge thing, okay? Talent got people started, and they went racing, and they raced their way into being a good rider. Those days are over, right? That's the way you get hurt, okay? So my opinion is that Big James is, and I was out there with those guys for about 4 years, Big James's strong point was that he was strict and kept them disciplined, kept them riding, kept them working on something. Whether it was right or wrong, they were doing something. Okay, when I was riding out there, I never really heard Big James coaching them, so to speak. They had coaches at that point. But yes, I think that Big James was hard on them, and I think that helped. Thanks, Ken. Is it worth going to a 65 in a year? Is it worth going to a 65 when in a year I will be on a 65? I'm not sure I get that question, but maybe you're on a 50 now and you're asking, do you think it's worth getting one now? It depends on your goals, really. I'm 6'3" and I want a 252 stroke. What bike would you recommend for me? Either a KTM 252 stroke or a Yamaha 252 stroke. Do you play dirt bike related video games? I do not. Kobe, thanks for the email. I'll check that when we get done here. I heard, I think Jason's here, so maybe Jason gets to come on. Zachary, I'm 5'8". Last thing I rode was a 110. You need to find something that's like a TTR 125 where you can learn how to use the clutch, something slow that you can get some good technique on. Do you own a CR500 or a ridden one? I've ridden a KX500, but I don't own one, and they're so fast that I don't want to own one. I'm always afraid to hit doubles. What should I do even though I'm clear most big tabletops? Well, if you're clearing the tabletop safely and you're hitting the downsides of the landing consistently, like not landing on top of the tabletops or not over jumping tabletops, then I think it's time that you go out and find a double and work on it. But if you're inconsistently jumping, then you definitely want to be careful. Can you make a video on how to whip for beginners in small jumps? No, because whipping isn't for beginners or small jumps. Sorry, Grand Satyr. I just don't want you to get hurt. Are you going to make engine mounts for the 17? I don't make engine mounts, Nick. Last thing you want me to do is make you engine mounts. I can teach you how to ride that 17 250, but I ain't going to build the engine mounts. All right, let's scroll through. Worst crash. Bike shut off, leading World Mini Grand Prix, 250B class, off about 100-foot triple, bike locked up on the face of the jump, over the bars, got ran over, broke my femur, knocked out for a few minutes, woke up in the ambulance. Probably one of the worst ones. All right, KTM 400 EXE Rob, thoughts? Sounds like a fun bike. We have 450 or 400 EXE is more of a trail bike, but I think all bikes are fun if you make them fun, and you can usually do more with the bikes and they promote that you can do because they want you to have each kind of bike, but you can usually ride dirt bike track on an EXE or trails on EXE. You can do it all. Eric, what's up, man? Long time no see. We hope you make it down this winter again. What's your favorite bike? I answered that question before. I don't really have a favorite bike. I just like dirt bikes, just like you guys. I just like dirt bikes. I like to ride them. I like to have fun on them. Who's your favorite Supercross rider? I like Ken Roxon, but Zach Osborne's my boy. I like Zach Osborne. Okay. Let's see. When are you going to come up to New England for a camp? If so, I'm coming. So we're going to travel. We're going to do some more travel camps in 2020. Our plan is the rest of this year is lining up the tracks and the dates for them. So if anyone's watching this and you want me to come to your local track, I need you guys to email us and also have help kind of rallying up people and getting the word out for the camps. But our plan is to do one camp in a different state every month next year. So weekend camps. And if there's a holiday, they can be 3 days, but usually just 2-day weekend camps. Is it safe to raise the suspension on an XR80? Maybe change the wheels to make it higher. I've never done that, so I have no honest opinion, but it's worth a shot. It's worth a shot. What is the best 254 stroke? I haven't ridden them all. I know the new Yamahas are pretty good. KTM and Huskies are just alike, so they're all pretty good. Man, the bikes these days, new bikes are so good. You can't hardly go wrong. Are you MX or SX Sports agent? No, I am definitely not. I probably could be. I know a lot of people. Just not my thing, you know. Have you ever ridden any New Jersey tracks? I want to say I have, but I don't remember it or them, to be honest. I really miss Backwheel Brady. Backwheel Brady, yeah, he's around. He's around. He's growing up. What do you think about KTM's TPI? I think it's great. I think that I can't wait for all two-strokes to have TPI. How many students do you require for an out-of-state class? It's more of a monetary thing than it is students, but we had 12 in Colorado, and so that's about minimum. You know, you want about 10 to 12 minimum, 15 max. Did you ever ride any Florida tracks? Are you kidding me? I rode all Florida tracks. I lived in Florida for, 20 years. All right. Corrupt. You're a new rider. Any tips to get better around a track? We have so many tips on this channel. When you get done with this video, you just start watching videos. Watch them all night long. There's so many tips you can't even see straight. You watch so many of them. How do young riders get sponsors? Add value. Add value. That's the only thing. You don't have to win races. You have to add value to the company. Either that's sell parts or promote them in a way that they're looking. Do you make your own tracks? Yes, I do, and we'll make a video on that. Fuel injection. I am not doing that. What about New York? I've ridden in New York too. Unadilla. I don't want you to burn out doing these Q&As. Time to cut it for now. There's always the next one. Yeah, I'll answer a couple more. I'm trying to get Jason to come in here. I just hear him out there opening and shutting doors. He's looking through every vehicle that I own, apparently. I don't know if he's going to come in here or not, but I want him to say hey to you guys. Oh, he's now opened every vehicle. It's very clean. Don't be putting your prints. There he is. Oh, it's going to be a long night. Jason's got the tired Jason eyes.
Live feed.
Look at those eyes. That's what Jason looks like when he comes to shoot at night after he's been working all day, crying.
I just cry a lot.
He's been crying a lot, but hey, that's okay. Jason can answer a couple of these questions since he's here.
Yep. 54. 39.
Lance Pittman. I'd rather be watching you on the track coaching.
Lance Pittman. I know that name sounds familiar.
Lance Pittman, it does.
I think maybe just from YouTube.
Just from YouTube. Lance,
I'd rather be watching you.
It's two ways to look at it. I'm not distracted right now. I'm paying attention directly to you, Lance. I'm talking directly to you. But when I'm coaching, I'm working. And there are people who are paying good money for me to be out there coaching. So I think this is better.
What's the other question?
What do you think about Supermoto?
Oh, I love it. Like, it's a super fun video game. I was like when the banana peels. Yep, and then you spin around.
But then you're set back a ways.
Yeah, you get set back. It's a fun game, though.
Yeah. Some of these questions, we get about the 50 of the same questions. Where did you live in Florida for 20 years? Central Florida, like Tampa area. Do you like a 2006 WR450 for free? For us? Oh, that's so thoughtful.
Dungey, Minnesota, Pride.
Who's better? But who's better?
Like, in their prime?
In their prime. Faster. You can't.
Florida.
We can't answer that because.
Well, no, because technically in Minneapolis, what was that one year? Dungey straight up passed Villapoto and beat him.
But that was one race.
That was one race, and
I think
I was
won
there.
The championship.
I was there.
No, he didn't.
No, but I was there, and the crowd was so loud. Home field, Metrodome, last race of the Metrodome. So yeah, I don't know. That's tough.
What's the best way to not get hit after a rash?
Well, baby powder. I heard.
Baby powder and some cream.
Best place to not get hit after a crash.
Have you guys competed each other? Yes, we won't talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
WR450, a good bike. I think it's a great bike.
Yeah, that guy really wants
Thoughts
to
on
know.
Australia?
It's crikey.
I knew it was coming.
It's great, eh? We love it. We love every part of it.
We there all the time.
We're always down under.
Our KX100s and TTR 125 similar size. They are my choices right now. Need help, please. They are similar size. They're similar heights. They're obviously a lot different power. I mean, like a lot different power.
I didn't even know KX is still made. Do they still make KX100?
Yeah, they do. Don't be asking questions like that. We're supposed to be smart.
Oh, we're supposed to be experts? I mean, KX100. Yes. Oh, yes. I actually had a 1996 KX100. Was my first bike. Big bike. Bike.
Middle bike.
Middle bike.
What's your favorite type of jump? The one that lets me come down safely.
The big ones. I don't know. That's a weird question. Not a weird question. It's a good question. Step-on, step-ups are cool.
Hey, we're going to be on here for like 3 more minutes. If you're on here and you haven't hit that like button, let's see if we can get to like 100 and how many? 154?
Yeah. 110. Somebody listened.
Thanks for listening. Chicago's waiting for... We'll come to Chicago, Todd. Send us an email. We love to come to Chicago. I've heard Chicago's
What
nice.
specific track?
Yeah, that's.
What are there? Where is the closest?
I
don't
think you
even
just.
know.
I think you just ride downtown. In Chicago.
Chicago's. Yeah, we could
Thanks for the likes. Look at it going up.
Dang.
All you gotta do is like with these people.
call your friends. Tell them to like it. Get them on here.
Call your friends. Get
Come
them
to the
on.
Bahamas. That'd be sweet. We'll go anywhere if you guys pay us.
Yeah,
Let's just get that out of the way here.
right out of the way. Thank you so much.
What is your favorite track in Florida?
Ooh, there's a lot of new tracks I haven't been to now.
Go ahead, keep going.
I think Gatorback's fun. Where they have mini O's and all that.
I mean, I'm from Minnesota. I can't remember a lot of Iowa tracks, to be honest.
You should come to New Hampshire and race at MX. That's where I went, MX 207. I was trying to think of that. That was not New Jersey. That was New Hampshire. Oops. Yeah, well, that track's cool.
Of course we'd go to Australia and ride. Who wouldn't?
Yeah, we'll come there corrupt. I thought you wanted us to come to... no, that was a different person. I thought when we go to New Zealand, we'll just hop on the plane. Yeesh, I'm not going to try
That
it.
was bad. Have you ever, what did he say? Have you ever met any pro riders?
Yeah, one or
Yeah,
two.
we are pro riders.
Yeah, pros.
Just don't tell
Joe
any of the
riders.
pro riders that.
Just don't tell them
Just
we're
don't
pros.
tell 'em.
We don't want them to challenge us. Do you guys watch any other YouTube channels? Like, are you guys fans of any other YouTube channels?
El Kangaroo Rider. Ronnie Mac. Calling him out. Anybody know him on here? Let's call him out.
Let's see. I'm starting in Mexico. Camera credit should I use?
Oh, that's an interesting question.
Ooh.
Um,
Oh, that's not a question for me. I think you should use your phone.
Well, one, just get a GoPro. You gotta have a GoPro. If you don't have a GoPro, what are you doing? Try to get a GoPro at least a 6 or up, because they'll have, if you're gonna want to do slow-mo stuff, which is obviously super cool, they're gonna have 240 frames a second, and you'll be able to shoot it in 1080. Don't worry about, I personally don't ever worry about the 4K stuff with any type of equipment, because one, you're gonna spend a lot more to get 4K compatibility stuff, and YouTube can't support that at this time. So even if you edit, which takes way longer when loading and dealing with 4K video, I really wouldn't worry about it. So just worry about that 1080 stuff. And then, I don't know, dude, honestly, all I use, that's a good question though, but all I use to shoot every video you've ever had on here is this tripod. It's a Manfrotto, I don't know, 290, whatever that means. It's a decent little tripod. I don't even use a stabilizer. I just hold this because I feel like it stabilizes my camera the most. And then all I have is a Canon 70D, which has autofocus. And if you're going to look for a camera, just have a nice autofocus. Oh, a mic and a mic. Camera, mic, tripod. That's a good question. You got me on a roll. This Rode Mic Pro Plus, maybe it's called. I don't know, but this thing is legit. This thing will catch. I got a couple backup mics, but this thing is so good. This thing will catch audio like you wouldn't believe, and audio does matter. Anyway, that's a good question.
All right. Well, now the video's an hour long.
That's a good. Oh, you've been on here an hour. Oh,
Been on here 43 minutes. All right. We're gonna
Make a funny face, both of you. That's a. I thought he was doing a funny face the whole time.
They're gonna screenshot it and put it on their Instagram. Don't do it. Okay, we'll do it. All right,
I pooped a
that's
little.
over. He pooped a little.
Don't eat
We gotta
the-
go. We gotta go. Look, we gotta go film.
I was wondering why you weren't texting me saying, "Where the heck are you?" It's because he was on here.
Watch me. All right. Anyways, we'll see you guys next Sunday.
Oh, did you ask a question? Let's leave one question out. One question. We'll ask you.
What do you mean? I asked a question.
No, I'll ask one question.
What happened to the man bun? Got stuck in spokes.
I took it. One question we'll ask you, and we'll leave 30 seconds for answers. What would you, because we're going to be making some products, because we want to really like make a bigger difference in not a bigger difference. We're going to make all the videos. We're always giving you all the knowledge we have, but we want to make some certain products where we kind of collect our videos and then put it into a cornering masterclass or a jumping masterclass or anything. What specifically would you pay, say, $20 for a masterclass for?
Cornering,
like really
jumping,
thorough,
starts.
like thorough videos. What would you specifically? What technique would you like to see?
Trans world. Okay.
Squats, bro.
He can do squats better.
Cornering. I figured so.
Cornering and jumps.
Nice. Thank you for the answers. That helps. Okay.
Gear shift, air.
Definitely gonna do cornering. Yeah. We're obviously gonna continue to to give you all the knowledge we have. We have no plans of keeping back anything, but we would.
We're going to organize it in a
We
way
wanna
that you can
organize it
follow
a
a
little
program,
bit- a little
right?
bit
So that's the
better.
question we get a lot is like, what do I do with this? And the answer is always, well, we have that video, but you don't know where to start and you don't know where to end. So we're going to build some videos out where you can start in the beginning. You can take steps, you can do your homework, and you can accomplish getting better on the bike. So
Yeah.
you know, we'll likely start where we start here when we bring a new rider in or a newer rider, and then we'll build videos out like that. But it'll be good stuff for you guys. You'll enjoy it.
And kind of want to make some extra money. Come on, this is a business. The more money we make, the more stuff we can do.
Yeah.
And more videos we can make. The better equipment I can buy. The better.
You think that fan back there behind that dreadlock spins for free? I don't think so.
Got my finger on it. Spinning it.
I don't think so. All right, guys, we got to go. It's been 46 minutes, and I loved every second of it.
Same.
I'm glad Jason came in and brought his boobs with him. And so, anyways, we'll talk to you guys
Screenshot.
real soon. Real soon. We got a video coming out on Wednesday.
We don't know what it is yet.
We know what it is. He's always joking.
We don't know. We really don't.
And then I'll be back live on Sunday with you guys, so tune in. I'm gonna try to do a Sunday around 7:45, 8 o'clock. It really depends on when I get my little baby to sleep. So we'll see you guys then.
Oh wait. Nugget. The do perfect thing.